Hello and welcome to Critical Tumble, where a bunch of longtime friends and internet nerds transcend geography through the power of Discord to play Dungeons and Dragons and critically fumble a lot. Previously, Cupcake Coterie were dealing with things in the Elven Wild, some with more success than others. Now, it's been hinted at from various sources, occasionally one or two times the celestial variety of hinting, that they were going to have to do something about Arkhan at some point. They kind of got their opportunity when, after Arkhan decided to grab who he could to basically ask what the fuck you guys are doing here, messing with things and making it really, really hard for him to just ignore you guys. And doing unfortunates to Cherie, but letting her recover from that, so that's kind of okay, except not to Barnabas. You can still kind of see steam coming out of his ears after that one. Alice did her protector thing to prevent Barnabas from going the same way. Got yoinked by Arkhan, but came back quite soon after saying that, yeah, he very much attempted to expose her to the soul taint, and she let him know in no uncertain terms, with physical proof, that yeah, she's immune, and so are the rest of you. Then she kicked him in the face with a stunning strike, dimension doored as far away as possible, and then went back to join you guys because, hey. But you kind of figured out at one point that, you know, maybe he's just following the wrong dragon god. Mostly Alice giggling to herself internally about Skylar versus Arkhan, theological debate, go. And everybody glommed on to this idea, because it's Skylar! Y'all have met Skylar!
Just subject him to the child with a walking bludgeon.
She has her subtler moments, but mostly it's verbal beat stick, yeah. But either way, she's Hazel levels of devout, but without Hazel levels of hyperactivity. Just the hyperactivity of the average 6-year-old, which weirdly is less.
Somehow.
But yeah, they've effectively decided that leaving Darwin to keep an eye on things in the Elven Wild, they're going to go back to Hearthhome, try to talk down the inevitable responses to the idea of Arkhan being on their territory that Twilly and Miranda are likely to have. Give Cherie some time to prep appropriate spells, and yoink Arkhan so that he and Skylar can have a little bit of a chat. And Cherie, while that conversation is going on, is flagging up, you do realize that rather than simply hold personing him, I could just slap him with a geas, the way I did the vampire. Which strikes me as a thing I'd want to do anyway, because it does mean that I can oblige him to not use the location of your homestead as any form of leverage.
That would be helpful.
That would definitely be ideal.
It would certainly, well, maybe assuage a little bit of Twilly and Miranda's concern.
Alice says, I think that it would probably be best if Cherie and I talk to Twilly and Miranda. Let's face it, we are probably we're probably the better ones to do things with words in this particular instance, because y'all get flustered, kind of blurt, and everything kind of goes to the bad place after that. Meanwhile, y'all can do Boulder Parchment Shears tournament for who talks to Skylar.
Superior wordsmiths you are, in fact, yes.
I would, for Skylar, I would sort of wave in Ryland's general direction.
Yeah, and I'm now going to gesture just at Rylan. Just literally the Will Smith thing.
Well, I figure Hazel can probably go along as, person among us who's known her the longest. But maybe keeping your mouth slightly shut. I said slightly. Usually you're pretty good with her.
I'm okay with that.
And besides, you can hold up an omen griffin and go, he said it's fine.
Yeah.
And from
and
the
also
griffin,
just Rylan again.
and from the griffin bag, snuts.
Extract griffin, proceed to snug and feed snacks.
Delicious. Okay, there's one other problem. Unlike with my key, y'all can't draw a door. And
we need a door for this thing.
And there aren't any doors of the kind we need in Ryland's encampment. Which probably means back to that cabin thing.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to say the palace.
Are you out of your mind?
I'm
Can I
you
please
didn't say the palace.
Can I please remind you that I am not the stupid one in this combination? Darvin is like,
glad we found that cabin.
Yeah, Darvin is like, yeah, I was gonna suggest that. I'm crazy, not stupid. So, cabin?
Yes.
I'm the only reason I might have been slightly hesitant is I don't think Barnabas ever wants to see that place again.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but it's worth a cause. I can keep my anger and distaste down for a bit.
Alternatively, Rylan, have you got enough spell energy to teleport us there? Because then we're not walking in when I haven't even had a chance to do ascending to let people know that we're about to walk in.
Yeah, I've got the juice that I can buy us a little bit of time if you need it.
It's not so much the time, it's the Barnabas never wanting to see that place again.
Still fair. But yeah, I can just get us where we need. Get us moving.
Looks at Barnabas. Don't give me that look. Mental self-care is important.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I guess aiming for the spot in between the two houses, just so you've got a target. Nobody's likely to be there, I don't think.
There were people.
You broke up a bit there.
I'd be surprised there were people in the way.
Okay, there you go. Okay. So, assuming everybody collects and Darvin is like, we've got ways of communicating, we're good. Good luck.
Give them a big hug before we go.
Squish. And poof. Yeah, there's nobody in the courtyard between the two houses in Hearthhome. Let me just move us back in that approximate direction, if it actually lets me. Move party ribbon here. There we go. And obviously there's more in the way of snow. We are sort of cresting a little bit down on the tail end of winter, but thing is that the mercenary companies have by and large moved on. And despite the weather, there seems to be some work going on in the fields at the moment. This is probably weirding Hazel out in particular, if Smeagol would be paying any bit of attention. Okay, I can't tell when you're looking down, because Anyway, yeah, the the soil shouldn't be plowable, and it certainly shouldn't be plantable. But there's plowing and planting, and some of the more annual things are still growing. The pumpkin should have stopped like a month ago, but you're getting pumpkins.
Excuse me. And full tilt
In which direction, house or field?
towards the plowing.
Yeah, well, you've got Keth sort of stopping because the fields are plowed, and Keth is doing the planting and going, "Oh hey, you guys okay?"
We're fine. What?
Well, apparently we missed a couple of the pumpkin vines, and like last week they just kind of went spring, and now we have like more pumpkins, the sweet potatoes, the turnips. The fields aren't ice locked, so we figured we'd make a head start and.
Gears starting to spin up.
Yeah, because
Vaguely remembering previous mention.
Yep. Previous blessing you may be remembering.
Keth is just going to experience just 1,000-yard stare before apoplectic shriek and spinning and running towards the house.
What? So you guys saw this, and
Probably heard it.
Apoplectic joy shriek.
yeah. Does somebody want to explain that in common?
What if I could?
Unfortunately, that's gonna take getting her to calm down. Oh, great! I'm never gonna find out what's going on. Well,
Yeah, does anybody else remember at all?
Suffice it to say, it's a good thing.
Yeah, and Alice remembers, but she doesn't think she can explain it exactly. And it's mostly for Hazel to do anyway. I'm kind of glad I didn't tell her about the apple trees, or head'd explode. And the cranberry bog.
Any idea what that would unleash?
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't get that far. So yeah, Hazel's kind of barged into the house, and
So
Twilly is starting the initial dinner prep. So it looks up and, you are not the little one I was expecting. Hello.
Hi.
What's going on now?
Oh boy.
Let's start with the expression on your face. What? You noticed the fields, I take it.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do?
I earned Pelor's blessing? And then some?
On the entire barony?
Kind of, yeah.
Congratulations, we could have done with a heads up, but thank you.
Wasn't ready for it either.
Come
It
here
just kind of
and
happened.
give me a hug. Are you guys just standing out there, or are you coming in?
Probably a caller, yeah.
coming in.
Yeah, you're coming in to Hazel receiving Twilly hugs. Well, hello. Goodness, some of you look a bit like you've been through the ringer. I trust you're staying for dinner.
Yes.
Definitely.
Well,
Yes.
Please.
good. That means that I can put on a few things. Hazel, I'm going to ask you to stand about 3 feet away so that you don't burst my eardrums. The cranberry bog is already producing.
The expression is cleric is error.
So are the apple trees. So there's going to be apple cranberry crumble.
Oh.
I owe Kath an explanation. Excuse me.
Well, Hazel is there. She's going. So, did you come just for dinner? Not that I'd be adverse if you did, but takes a look at some of your faces. How much am I going to hate this? Oh dear, sure he is. We will explain everything after dinner. Alright? But it's nothing incredibly urgent. It's a little delicate, but nothing incredibly urgent. Alright. Who are you looking for in particular?
Skylar, mostly?
She is actually sort of off to the southeast investigating the berry bushes. Berry picking is usually her job. And Alice says we actually weren't going to start that until we had the adult conversation. Probably working that in tandem, but if you want to say hi to her, sure. This is going to be a very interesting conversation. Should I be inviting Lyra to dinner or something? Diminutives in general? I'm going to do it anyway.
I mean,
I'm going to do it anyway. Thank you. Are you going to be staying in your regular place or in your new regular place? Kind of both, probably. Well, if there's anything you want in your various rooms, well, maybe... Did your rooms reproduce the things that you had hanging in walls? Clarity can attest to this, yes.
Yeah. My pictures are there.
Are they still in your room in Hearthhome? That you don't know.
I have not checked.
Might be worth checking. Although, I mean, alright, magic is capable of a great many things, but I tend to think that spells of that magnitude don't need to be kleptomaniacs. About half of you have no idea what that word means. Clarity, Barnabas do understand it. Barnabas is amazed they have that word here.
Mm-hmm.
Those who are addicted to thievery.
oh,
I know that in some very unfortunate stereotyping, the word for kleptomaniac is rogue, but we do not play those stereotypes here, particularly not when Miranda's in earshot, and she is within earshot at all times. She is currently with Mela trying to determine why the new sheep and alpaca are growing such nice fleece so fast. Can somebody tell Hazel that she has to explain this to everybody?
I guess I'll go get her. She ran out again.
She said something about Keth.
Yep.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, so what has Hazel been doing this? Because Keth sort of hears the door slam open and watches Hazel in your room.
So there is an explanation for this.
Good.
Give me a second. I need air. I may have earned Pelor's blessing, and it extended to all of here.
Pelor gives out prizes for hyperactive squee.
That
That's a kinda. Yeah. And I'm assuming by around that point, Clarity is wandering up.
You know, you have to explain it to everyone, right? Not just like individually down the line.
yeah,
He's coming in for dinner at some point.
and that's when I'll tell everybody else. I just realized I kind of
Bust my eardrums and left me dying of curiosity.
eat that.
Hi, Clary.
Hi.
Candor will be in time for dinner. He is out checking snares.
Nice.
Apparently, it's not just the cultivated stuff that's doing particularly well. Somehow, we've still got some greenery going on, and the rabbits are surprisingly plump for edging towards the end of winter.
And praise Pelor.
I'm guessing he had a word with Balinor, but yeah, that too.
Home is home, and home is awesome.
Yeah, and at this rate, I'm going to be sending you home with, like, as many pumpkins as Barnabas can carry.
I am now imagining piling pumpkins on Barnabas.
I bet you kind of wedge a few in among his horns.
Hmm.
He's got the neck
I mean-
muscles to support it, you know.
Yes.
I mean, you could probably make a little basket if you get some like cloth or something.
Did you follow them out, or are you? You know what? Fuck it. You followed them out just
I
because.
know them out.
Just to witness
What are you
this
doing
nonsense.
here?
And I honestly don't know how many pumpkins I could carry. That'd be an interesting thing.
Want to find out?
Oh no.
I have a feeling we're not going to have a choice on that.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you guys have been going to like fancy place across the range. I bet somewhere over there they got recipes for best things to do with pumpkin. Oh no, she has that look on her face again.
There are several places.
Can somebody please take her away? That grin does not get any less terrifying with age.
Okay, come on.
Stretching.
Taking you by the shoulders from behind and just steering you.
I'm letting that happen. The grin has not left my face.
Any of you who are investigating Hearthhome for any of the bits that you left, anything that could be copied and retain its emotional connection, drawings and the like, there is a copy in the Surreal Estate. Anything that was, a physical gift or not really replaceable, that needs to be removed to the Surreal Estate if you want it to be. I don't think Ryland had a whole lot either way. So we have until dinner. Do we want to go hunting for kids?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, just to see where everybody went and what they're up to. Always good to check on these things.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta see what Lissy is up to. I imagine she's around the docks somewhere. I'm probably gonna either that or she's actually on a boat, and I'm going to have to cruise up and down the river looking for her. But you probably think it's kind of neat when I just kind of land in her boat. So who else is looking for whom?
Probably Dawn.
Yeah, you will find Dawn sort of seeding one of the northern fields. And kind of... She doesn't look as puzzled by the whole thing as Keth is. It's kind of like she understands. But she looks up and it's like... We're getting a lot of growth in the plants, but not so much the weeds.
Well, that's a good thing.
Well, kind of, but I hope we have, like... Probably gonna have to leave a little patch where we can just have dandelions growing, because Mom and Mama make a really good dandelion and burdock wine that we're not allowed to drink yet, but the adults like it. What are you guys doing here? Not that... It always sounds like you're not glad to see you, but... I mean, we are. It's just you were saving the world last time we looked.
No, I know. Well, it's, we're still working on that. But, we had something we needed to do here as well.
Ah, so you just needed a getaway from the rigors of world saving. Okay.
Something like that.
Well, I'm planting corn. Apparently, we haven't been able to grow corn here, but Lyra said we ought to give it a shot.
Gonna to try.
Want to help?
Sure.
And so, yeah, these two wind up planting. Anybody else looking for anybody in specific?
I mean, I'm gonna go track down those berry bushes. Say hi to Skylar.
Yeah, once you get to that end of the farm, I mean, on one level, you have a feeling that at least some of that was sort of half-cultivated, but even if they just left room for berry bushes to thrive, you've never seen quite so many of them in one place, and you're absolutely sure that none of them are actually producing berries at this time of year, except they are. And once you get there, all you have to do is follow the singing in what you think must be draconic. Because, let's face it, Skylar is not very tall, and some of these bushes kind of are. So, you'll hear singing and see occasional bit of rustling.
Well, this is an exciting development.
Singing stops. Hi!
Hi.
She's still wearing the damn scale mail.
Yes.
Apparently she really does not take that off except for bed and bath time.
That is adorable.
And sort of lets the bushes go, and then they're sort of rustle. The next thing you know is woomph hug.
Hi.
I'm not going to ask what you're doing here, because I bet you've all been asked that, and you'll tell everybody at some point. But I'm very glad to see you. And
Glad to see you too.
I'm very much hoping to be able to hear about some of your adventures. And do you want to help me pick berries? Well, because we got a lot of berries. I'm going to need more buckets.
I don't think I have ever seen more berries in one place. I'm absolutely going to help.
There were some of them, but more just kind of... It's like we blinked and there's double the berry bushes. And they all have berries. And Dawn is really, really chill about it. Everybody else is just confused.
That definitely sounds like Dawn.
And Lyra came and had a look, and she kind of was shaking her head and going, she tutted something that I don't know what language she was speaking, but it wasn't one I know. It didn't sound mean. It just sounded like, that Hazel did something really weird, but it worked out, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what it sounded like.
To give you a very brief summary, that is technically what happened.
Okay, that is one you're going to have to tell me when we're berry picking. Rummages through more bush and bucket. Holds up one bucket, which is absolutely full of berries, puts it down. Another one full of berries, puts it down, picks up a third. That one's empty. Okay, let's go.
I love these kids.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Most of these berries don't actually grow in the same spaces usually, but there they are. Just put them all in the same bucket. We'll separate them out when we get home.
Understood.
If I've been dragged back after having the grin happen, now I kind of want to go see, because there was mention of something about the alpacas.
Yeah, Mela and Miranda are apparently looking over the various new bits of livestock. And yeah, some of them are very interesting rainbowy colors for reasons nobody understands.
I have to. Okay, yeah, no, I gotta go.
Yeah, I mean you've seen these, but yeah, they're clearly they're talking about, well, we're going to have to shear them because they grew like twice the floof since you were last here, and that wasn't very long ago. They sort of look as you're approaching. And Miranda just immediately, what did you do?
Gained the blessing of Pelor, and it kind of expanded.
Miranda sort of walks over to the fence. You are going to help Keth with the shearing.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're also going to enlist at least one or two of your stronger friends. Look at them!
You.
Because they look like cotton balls now.
You gotta go over.
And they look kind of startled. Like, what happened?
Just wander over. Just pat and see how far down my hand goes.
In the case of the alpacas, it's pretty much to the elbow. There's a lot of floof.
Wow.
Holy!
Yes, you see?
Unlimited floof works!
Yes, but it means we're going to have to shear them weekly if it keeps up like this. Well, Zana in particular will be thrilled.
And I'm looking over how rainbow is at least a few of these.
One of them is... You remember those rainbow alpaca I showed you in Wildflowers?
Oh god.
That.
It's really just the rainbow alpaca.
Yeah. Clarity told you about this. You did not entirely believe her.
Okay. Well, living cotton ball, and then,
He just came this way. Also, you're going to be helping with the milking while you're here. It takes rather a lot longer these days.
Can do.
Yes, I'm unfortunately going to have to... Actually, no, it's not unfortunate at all. It is, in fact, very fortunate. I am going to have to inveigle all of your friends to help out somewhat with some of the farm chores while you're here.
That I look forward to seeing.
Yes, I hope you look forward to telling them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you do.
The grin is back.
And Mellows just, so that means they're not sick? All the floof?
Yep. Not even a little. Just really fluffy, really fast.
But when something is growing and growing and growing and it won't stop, that's usually bad.
This case, it's kind of a decreed by the gods sort of thing, so this is apparently the new normal for them.
Okay. I need to get stronger faster because I'm going to need to shear a whole bunch of these. Because we're not going to have the strongness that is you guys forever.
Oh, I trust that you're definitely going to be able to.
Probably. But until I'm bigger, it's mostly paying Jenna and maple pecan pies for help.
Ugh.
Squish. It's good to see you anyway.
This is... I just gotta figure out how to explain or how to insist on the gaggle to help for the at least for the day.
They're very nice people, I'm sure, if you just ask.
Oh yeah, I just have ways and also tend to words bad.
Miranda looks at you. Well, if you're expecting to soften us up about something, which from the expression on your face I imagine is probably a situation you might want to flag up that their agreement might butter us up for it.
Yeah, that. Thank you. Switched hug targets.
In the meantime, since you are the one who obliged them to the floof, you are going to have to help Milla treat them. They hear treat and see that the looks are pointed at you, and you are swarmed by excess floof on all sides. It's like the deer in the park.
It's the Nara thing. Oh god, I have been swarmed except by alpaca this time.
There's a couple of alpaca. There's some sheep. There's some goats.
Uh-oh. I know how pushy... I've seen how pushy goats get at that range.
To be fair, sheep are just as bad.
Mm-hmm.
No pun intended. In fact, they're kind of worse because goats may be malicious. Sheep are just stupid.
Just trying to push in.
Yeah, and...
Head empty, just shove.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait. I need to be able to stand to do the thing!
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is a stockyard. You can imagine what you just landed in.
Oh.
Ew.
Oh no.
I'm going to stink for a week!
Miranda is just, you have prestidigitation. No, you won't.
Point taken.
Mella is just...
Hey, you! Come here!
Mella is just, guys, back off, okay? One at a time. They form an orderly queue when she says that.
Not even gonna ask? Just going to relish in the value of this.
They like me. Animals like me.
And you apparently can convince them to do all kinds of things. Anyway.
Here's the treat bucket. I will stand here in case they start getting fractious. And Miranda's, meanwhile, I will check in on the loom room. I'm sure Zana could use a bit of a break from it anyway.
I'm also going to produce Omen Griffin. and just hand,
Yeah, Miranda
and
takes
quickly
both.
hands for Snugs.
It's Snugs. Short Snugs.
Exactly. You'll get proper Snugs once I'm done with this line.
Miranda says, I'm taking this into the house. Delicious. She has raised so many children. Is anybody else doing anything else in specific? Or do we skip to dinner?
I'm probably still helping Dawn and whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, eventually various people come into the main house from fields. Clarity will probably note when she's coming in from wherever that Hazel probably needs some help with the prestidigitation because she fell in the stockyard. So yeah.
Oh, no.
Could be worse. I could have fallen directly into a sty. Or a trough.
I don't know if that's worse. I feel like this is worse.
Alice coming in with Lissy and a rather significant catch, as it happens, going, yeah, because I don't think there's actual bodily waste in troughs. Unless you're feeding your animals really weird.
Thankfully, most of the time, it's fine. It just depends entirely on what they were rolling around in before they decided to drink and or shove their entire upper halves into it.
Fair enough. Yeah, and Rylan comes in with Skylar and so many buckets of berries. So many.
Ooh.
Ah,
That is more berries than I knew could grow in one place at one time.
That's the thing, that I didn't used to quite that much, but the size of the berry patch kind of went woof.
Small explosion of berries.
Small explosion of berries. That's kind of a big explosion of berries. Berry
That is a very fair
apocalypse!
point.
Yes, we've kind of had to increase the carrying capacity of our little cold storage unit. And I've been working on a few spells that have things keep longer in there, like indefinitely. Just so we don't. Just so. Because we can't all eat that. Then again,
Mm-hmm.
the market should be starting back up again fairly soon, so we should be able to get rid of at least some of that. Keth coming.
sheer mass of pumpkins for one.
Keth so leans in. Where do you want the pumpkins? I think they'll be alright outside for a little while. You're going to need to wash up for dinner. We have so many pumpkins.
Any of them set records?
Not so much in size, certainly, but the ones that went into the recent pumpkin pie was... I don't know how they're tastier, but they're tastier. That's how they're tastier, right?
Ooh, I had a think. Record setting onion. Onion soup.
darling, you would have to caramelize that onion for hours.
That is not a bad thing.
If you want to spend several hours standing over a stove stirring things, by all means.
Thanks to Alice in part, I may have developed a fixation on cookery.
I wondered if this day would come. Wait, right there. Comes back up with extremely battered looking notebook. Hands to Hazel.
Reverently takes just still kind of confused, blinking.
It doesn't have anything written on it, but if you open it, the
Going to do that.
first page is a recipe, is the recipe for Mom's potato and leek soup. You keep going, and it's all her recipes.
Eyes are the size of dinner plates, and oh god, the grid's back, and the grid is worse!
You're welcome.
Hug.
Now, if you're so interested in cooking, you can help me get dinner on the table. Yes, what you currently have is what Hearth Hearts call hunter's pie. Shepherd's pie is lamb or mutton. Cottage pie is beef. Hunter's pie is minced venison. But you know the veg and the gravy and topped with baked potato. Feeds many. We've filled this out with some of the winter root vegetables as well, so you'll probably find some sweet potatoes, some turnip, some parsnip, some peas. Not award-winning size of onions, but they seem to have been coming out quite well.
And confirmed dense and tasty.
Yeah, and when Hazel takes first bite, yeah, it's tastier. This is Amber quality mom recipe.
Halfway to an apoplectic shriek before it quiets back down.
Yeah, that's probably pretty much what Barnabas is doing on his first bite of it as well.
Yeah. After that, I'm gonna just watch everyone as they have their first.
Alice is in no way surprised. Cherie might have a little bit. Finally, some delicious fucking food. Not that she comes from Amber. She's
Gordon
been
Ramsay moment.
Well, that's the thing. She comes from Amber. She's been trying really, really hard, but it's Amber versus everything else.
Except suddenly, what the?
Well, since she knew about this, she was kind of expecting it, but there's just that very tiny flicker of, oh, thank the gods.
And just watching Barnabas have that religious experience moment.
Because to be fair, he hasn't had much with venison either, so...
He's just off in happy food coma land.
We've lost him for the next hour.
Oscar was, well, I was going to ask him about adventures. I can't ask him about adventures if his brain is off in happy food land.
Well, that means maybe he can be helping you with the stuff around the farm for a day.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I'm still a little bit small for most of it, and truly, Oscar's been a little bit depressed of late at the fact that with all of the blessings that have been showered upon the homestead and beyond, apparently, His is the only specialty that has not been catered to.
Oh.
I make jewelry. Metal and pretty stones don't grow on trees.
True. But the stuff that comes from market leads to getting your mitts on more.
Well, yeah, but they can just pick and do the things. I have, like... Even Zana has stuff she can do. Well, you could help me with the carding and the spinning. You got the delicate hands. Not the same. Well, I can help you with the designing and list of what you need. You know that however delicate a touch you have, you can't draw for beans. No, I can't draw for beans.
No.
There we go.
Still. It's not huge depression, it's just little gnaw. You know little gnaw. You've had all kinds of little gnaw when you were a kid.
They have loads, even now.
So there you go. I'm allowed mine. It's
you
my turn! But since we can't hear about Food Coma Land adventures, please?
There's a lot. I'm trying to figure out which one to start with. I think Rylan has a story about riding a very, very large flying fey snake.
Everybody is looking at Rylan now. Leaned in their general direction.
We got to assist in making my home a little safer from the everything. And part of that was helping a legend. I was not prepared for how incorrect the stories were at first. Yeah, I rode on a giant flying thing after she showed us how powerful she really is.
That was
The
about
legend was about something called a marsh witch.
Yeah, because that was about a...
That's what we called her.
That was about a third of the story. Why was the marsh witch a big fey snake with apparently wings?
She can just transform into it. Admittedly, I think it's just something she has the power to do.
Why weren't you friends with her before?
Because the legends from where I grew up had her as a really big and scary problem that if you got too close, she would consume you into her little lagoon. And that was very not the case, as it turns out.
Yeah, and said she came out of the lagoon, and as part of as I guess a reward for helping her, she agreed to show Ryland's hometown, village free
town
city thing.
Encampment is what they normally used, from what I heard.
Encampment, to show them that just to demonstrate that she was an ally, and decided to do so by turning into the snake form that I think may have been part of her legend in some way, shape, or form. And Rylan, On, and Neum all around the entire encampment.
Candor sort of looks in Clarity's direction. Is this your... Is this it's Fey Snake? Is this your patron lady thing?
No, just another delightful fey person. We paid her in chocolate cake.
Black forest cake, to be specific.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a massive sweet tooth.
Alice is just to amuse you all. This is what the marsh witch normally looks like. Everybody starts giggling at that point. Poor Hazel. Hazel was a little bit thrown by the whole there's another archfey in our immediate vicinity thing. And she tried so hard to put Hazel at her ease. Okay, fine, starting with the weirdest chimera I have ever seen was one thing, but then turned into Bear Cub. At which point Miranda's just you squeaked Fluffy and hugged her, didn't you?
A little bit. Somewhere in the back of my head, I still know that the forbidden floof is the forbidden floof, but this was a different case.
All the same, you get older, but you do not grow up.
True.
Zana sort of hops off the bench. You're in the general direction of the girl's room. She tries to hide this thing behind her back, but she is a gnome, and she is like 8. So, it's something floofy and relatively large. She made about half-sized, fairly realistic-looking bear cub plushie. She couldn't make it the whole size, because that would be slightly bigger than her, but...
Aww.
Praise be to floof.
Michigan is sulking.
Aw.
Michigan. It's not the same as Snugs with you. Also, because this doesn't have your skills, I believe the best place to keep it would be here. Therefore, everyone gets an instance of being able to hug the forbidden floof if they need to.
I'll keep him on the emergency floof shelf. To be fair, Hazel remembers the emergency floof shelf. Everybody's absolutely all-time favorite plushies that they should have outgrown goes onto that shelf at some point. Zana has apparently taken it upon herself to be the keeper of the emergency floof shelf.
Perfection incarnated into an idea. Genius idea.
I mean, it was either going to be that, or Michigan could have used him as a pillow.
I'm just looking at Michigan's reaction to this.
Leans on to Hazel. Mine.
I think we have our answer.
Emergency floof shelf it shall be. Yes. Dessert is pumpkin pie, because apparently the pumpkins must be eaten. We will be sending you home with some pumpkin spice thumbprint cookies.
Yay.
Yeah. Once once dinner has finished and stories have been had and plates are more or less cleared, Sheree turns around to Julie and Miranda. Why don't Alice and I help you with the dishes? And we'll give some explanation as to why we're here. And everyone else can more or less do their own thing. Julie and Miranda kind of look at each other, and there is just that moment of, we're not going to like this at all, are we? No, but they're sending in their top talkers to talk to us, so let's just leave them to whatever preparations they need to make on their end, and At the very least, we will be calm enough not to turn them into something when the ones that aren't so great with the words come back. Alice, meanwhile, is giving the, if you want to go talk to Skylar, maybe get her somewhere else. To be fair, she's grabbed not her sword and shield this time, but apparently after dinner is crossbow practice. Jenna has apparently made her one.
Oh dear.
That's new. That I need to see.
It's like a regular crossbow. It's just it's a little big for me still. But Jenna says I'm probably going to grow into it. Like, real soon.
And I had a good feeling
Please,
you will.
I gotta see this.
Well, anybody who wants to watch me shoot at the targets for a while.
Yee.
And then I have swordplay. And then I have to take a bath. The only problem with this is that I have to take a bath every single day, sometimes twice, because there's a lot of sweaty. So okay, I'm assuming everybody's going to want to be out of the explosion radius of Twilly and Miranda when Cherie and Alice are. Who is going to talk to Skylar, and who's going to distract the rest of the kids, and if so, how?
Well, I'm going to Skylar. It seems like a given.
I'm assuming Hazel's doing much the same, because
Yep.
that was how it was discussed, but that leaves Ava, Barnabas, Remy, and Clarity. Do you
I
want to...
guess we could distract the other kids.
Yeah, but how?
Hmm.
How much snow is around?
To be fair, there's not a whole lot right at the moment. The remnants of the last snowball war have kind of denuded things, and apparently, weather good enough to start planting now means somewhat less of what would be waist deep, what would be neck deep snow on some of these kids. So it's not so much the snow, but Clarity. You and Barnabas are the intelligent ones, but you're the one with the more whimsy and the more spirit of exploration. You remember that if you can get Alice to open up the surreal estate for you guys, that practice and game room has board games and cards and things that you could entertain kids with. Also, you could see if they want to say hi to Legolas.
Nice.
That might even tempt Evan down from the rafters, because Evan was kind of looking for his opportunity for hugs from above, and when there wasn't, you could just occasionally hear, "Aw."
Aw.
Alice, I have an idea before you go.
Well,
can
you guys
open
are the
up
ones who are going, but yeah, sure. You want me to open it at the door to? Well, let's open it in the door to your room in Fort Cupcake, so that if we need to use any of the other spaces, we can.
Sure.
So yeah, it goes, and the kids are kind of trailing along, going, "So what are we doing?"
There's going to be a magic house.
We did see the magic house. We just didn't see all of it. Probably.
You're going to see more of the magic house.
Bella's kind of, I will bring treats for Legs then.
Yes,
Yeah, love
he's
that.
very much awaiting treats and company.
I'm sure he is.
No, so there's cats.
Yeah, we saw the menagerie. And Lycia's, you're basically going to let us tour the house and go into that room with the funny boxes.
Yes.
Candor going
Then
in.
we're going to open it up and we're going to make up rules and play some games.
Candor is like, I think those games come with rules, and if we start making them up, Twilly said something about playing something with various of her cousins that kind of had rules you made up as you went along, and apparently her cousin made it up, and that's why they called it Calvin Ball. So some of us don't do very well without structure, sorry. So we might have to use the rules that come in the boxes. I know.
I'm going to make up rules in my brain.
Have fun with that.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, given this is probably a fairly good breather time, we will. I'm just trying to imagine what various games, board games, y'all would find to play, because some of these have taken their inspiration from Egref. So you have things like, I mean, you have the one thing that's missing is Monopoly.
Good.
There is Scrabble. There is Trivial Pursuit. Trivial Pursuit is really interesting in Elan, put it that way. But there's also stuff like Hungry Hungry Hippos and Mousetrap. And Mousetrap, as made in Egref, is elaborate.
Goldberg, that the normal one is doesn't even begin to describe it.
Yeah, put it to you this way. The box, in and of itself, is pretty large, and you can tell once you've put the whole thing together, it will take up the entire room.
This thing is a goddamn transformer.
Well, the thing is with Mousetrap is as far as I can remember, it's like you go around the board and you're sort of putting things together pretty much at the same time. And in this one, it's kind of a combination of Mousetrap, Trivial Pursuit, and Pictionary. With a little bit of more apples to apples than Cards Against Humanity, but same basic difference. It's basically you as a group go around sort of the board, either telling riddles or picking the funniest card out of thing. The winner of the last round is the arbiter for the next round, and whoever wins that round does the funniest thing, gets the trivia answer right, gets the riddle answer right, whatever, gets to put on a new piece of the Mousetrap. And you're not trying to catch anybody. You're just trying to see what kind of Mousetrap you can make. So it's not set up to look like anything in specific. It is just putting together a Rube Goldberg machine. This is apparently one of the things they do for fun in Egref. It's just telling each other riddles, asking each other trivia questions, and using that as an excuse to put together something really weird. And whoever got to put the most pieces on at the end of it is ostensibly the winner, but basically everybody wins because you put together this cool thing. Bonus points if it actually works as intended first time around, because they don't always. But yeah, given that I'm pretty sure that that's basically what Ava, Remy, Barnabas, those two probably not having any idea what the fuck they signed up for, but there you go. And Clarity, who's probably having all manner of fun with this. So I want to know what the reactions of the adults are to this, because the kids are like, this is how they, well, yeah, but also this is how they have fun in cities?
Some cities, apparently.
Okay.
Agraf is Agraf. That they,
Xana and Oscar look at each other and in unison. Maybe we want to set up shop in Ambeer. But yeah, between that and to be fair, Remy's going to have to go with them to give treats to Legs, just because
Yes.
they're still fairly new, and apart from Mela, who every animal likes, Legolas is kind of better with people who are pack.
Mm-hmm.
You are definitely pack. Barnabas is definitely pack. So is Ava. Clarity's pack by proxy. So, kind of not like family as far as Legs is concerned, but not something to sniff disdainfully at either. Besides, Clarity usually has treats of some description. So, also Clarity is kind of why he has wings. He apparently understands that because, while friendly enough, kind of looks at Clarity every so often in a I have no idea what the fuck I'm supposed to do about you, but okay kind of way. Which is an interesting look to get from a dire moose.
I get that a lot.
Yeah, usually not from something like twice your height. But, yeah, when we come back, we will deal with what Rylan and Hazel are doing, and any fallout that might ensue from the Hearthheart parents before we move on to planning session of exactly how to get Arkhan here and the best way to ensure his cooperation when he does. So I'll see you in a few minutes. And we're back at Hearthhome, where we are having some delicate conversations, some more delicate than others, while four of the number are building Egref-style Rube Goldberg mouse-catching machines, which probably don't always end up as mouse-catching machines. They just look interesting when they go off, put it that way. But Hazel and Rylan are watching Skylar, who is trying out relatively new crossbow, and because my dice are like that, doing surprisingly well. So, you're kind
You're
of...
doing this good without you even
Well, I've practiced...
said you were a little small for it.
Well, I've practiced some with it. It's just a little... Ow, but... I still prefer the hitting things.
I fully understand. Sometimes you just gotta whack something.
Yeah. I should probably ask Miss Remy for more lessons. At some point. Paladin
I know she'll enjoy.
Paladin to paladin to be. Pshunk.
I know she'll enjoy giving you some.
Lessons or thwacks?
Lessons.
It's Miss
Definitely
Remy.
lessons.
It's Remy, probably both. Not because she doesn't like me, but just because thwacking me means she did a good.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I need to get better with the shield anyway. So, maybe if she's only thwacking the shield, it'll be okay. I need to get used to the whole thing about being thwacked, because that is always a risk.
Always a definite risk.
See, it's not like I don't understand that it might be dangerous. In fact, I know it's gonna be dangerous. I don't mind bruises in the cause of learning to stand up for what's right. Chunk. So what's up?
Quietly trying to figure out how to phrase this without sounding terrified.
Please just say the words.
We might, and we're gonna talk with Mom and Mama about it, but we might get to bring you along for a very short little adventure with us.
Is that why the two of you that talk the best are talking to Mama and Mama right now?
Exactly.
Okay.
We don't want to worry them.
Okay, I think I know how this should work. Hazel, please blurt the thing and let Rylan soften up the rough edges when it's come out of your face.
Alright. We keep running into a guy named Arkhan. He's a paladin of Tiamat. He seems like he wants a middle ground and not for things to go completely sideways. So we were going to essentially yoink him here and have you talk to him. Maybe talk him into actually helping. Directly, instead of waffling around the edges and being angry.
Okay, I need a little background here. You say you run into him.
Mm-hmm.
How do you run into him?
Usually partway through fights with other groups he's leading. Or there were the number of times he was basically assigned to kidnap Alice and only actually managed... How many times did he actually manage?
Out of character, technically, really only that last time.
Yeah.
He only actually
Seems like
managed to yoink her the one time, and that was before we got back here. And even then, that didn't work. Because she kind of punched her way out of the situation, as usual.
Okay, why does he want to kidnap Alice?
I think most of it was to try and, I guess, show his god how even divine things can get warped by the black goo we keep fighting. Doesn't work anymore.
Why not?
Because Alice wound up immune.
How and why just her?
Well, now not just her. Us
it
too.
was on accident.
Oh, is that what Lyra and Eston were looking so weirded out about?
Mm-hmm. That exact thing.
Yeah, because Lyra said that she knows I hate to hear this, but I can find out when I'm older because I will probably be able to survive it when I'm older.
Yeah, Yeah, the process involves essentially dying a bunch, along with getting your soul then flooded with a lot of divine energy. And if you're not essentially strong enough to withstand that sort of thing, it kind of breaks your soul.
Okay, so when I'm older.
Definitely when you're...
Very smart decision there.
So, he's been stalling.
A lot.
A lot.
So he doesn't really want to hurt you guys.
More or less.
You don't think, at least?
He seems like he thinks that doing that would be not practical. He seems to think the entire thing that his god is doing might not be practical.
But he can't prove that because Tiamat's too proud.
Mm-hmm.
Right on the money.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I don't really have anyone to really properly learn about Bahamut worship here. Lyra knows some, so I've been getting some from her, but I think Bahamut's kind of helping too, because sometimes I get dreams and stuff. Not prophetic exactly, but things that a paladin would probably be learning if they were studying from when they were little.
Informative.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very.
Although some stuff I'm sure only like high clerics know about, because it's all about kind of. Because Bahamut and Tiamat are brother and sister, right? Actually, no. Hazel suspected. You didn't even think
I
about it.
thought
Very
they
much.
were. I did not know. That would explain the amount of rivalry and just how much they beat the crap out of each other.
And this continent was made because. I mean, Pelor made it, but it was kind of a present for Bahamut. Because it was made for dragons.
Oh, that would explain so much.
It was made for dragons. And there's even some spots that were made for chromatic dragons. Because we have volcanoes. And, like, other places that you don't normally see metallic dragons. He wanted to build a place where the dragons could have their own territory and maybe learn to live together and be happy. But Tiamat just wanted to rule everything.
And she got slappy about it.
Yeah, she did. And when something about the chromatics were trying to take over any land they could, and the parts that were protected by the metallics were too tricky, because big, powerful. Although some of them got it for a while, but they fought the Elven Wild and they fought the people here, mostly around Cedar Grove, and the Five Claws came later, but there was chromatics taking over there too, and Pelor was unhappy, and Bahamut was really unhappy, and tried to talk his sister out of it, and that didn't work very well, and that's when they decided that Tiamat had to go.
And that's when the big fight happened and we got the Shattered Lands out of it, I guess, yeah?
Yeah, and then they decided that because the whole reason that the chromatics got so powerful here was because Tiamat was egging them on. And they decided that God should be able to speak in the mortal through us, but they shouldn't have quite that much direct influence anymore, and that's why the Divine Gate started.
That explains a lot, and also explains why the Shattered Lands is supposedly that much of a bigger hole than anywhere else.
Yeah, except, like, Bahamut just wants her to get better, but she just wants to get worse from the sounds of it.
Yeah.
But he kind of thinks it's his responsibility because, well, he asked for this place to be made for her children and his, and hers messed it all up. And if he had just asked for something selfish, then none of that would have happened. But no, she's never going to get that kind of power again. Not as her, anyway. But we can't really prove that.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, why does Arkhan fight for this lady? I mean, apart from... Why does he worship her?
That... I don't know.
I should ask him. Anything else I need to know about him? The hand.
he went out of his way to cut his own hand off and attach a hand from a lich. A lich that nearly reached godhood. So something like Archfey levels of power. And it's eating at him. Because the bits of that lich do that to anyone who sticks those parts onto themselves.
Okay, I don't know that one. I'm gonna have to ask Lyra about that one. I bet Lyra knows. Lyra knows basically everything.
And I only found out about that recently, too.
From Griffin Bag. Vecna.
That's the name of the lich, by the way.
Arch Lich.
You're being an omen griffin again. See, this is what happens when since I've been carting Michigan around. Omen griffin moments.
That's, I guess he keeps all his head so empty to make more omens come out.
Probably,
That's
yeah.
the theory.
It's also led to this entire idea in the first place.
Yay, Bahamut! Rummages in a belt pouch, pulls out a ginger snap.
Yay,
Yay, Bahamut! I'm not going to give you a treat every time you say that, but I'll give you one more. Yay!
Head empty and would fight every Illithid on this planet for a ginger snap.
Illithid would probably leave him alone because there's not enough mind to flay.
Argument.
Hazel knows that you've been listening indoors to Mom and Mama again, haven't you?
Someone's been listening.
Well, I'm gonna be an adventurer someday. And when
That's why I'm not saying anything negative about it.
And when I can't listen to Mom and Mama, I sometimes ask for such things. He's telling me more now. I think he's mostly given up on the idea of... I guess it's hard for him to shelter me when he's not that much older than me anymore. So you want me to talk to the hurting dragon man who is worshipping a god who's mean to him?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep. I don't know what had him start down the way of worshipping her in the first place, but I don't know how someone can keep that up when...
Well, you said he's a dragonborn. I'm guessing chromatic?
Red. Very red.
Might have been
I
raised...
don't think I've seen anyone else that scarlet.
Might have been raised to it, then.
Could be.
So yeah, if Mom and Mama are okay with it. Because if they're not, he's not coming. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I'd still like to, even if they said no, but you probably wouldn't anyway, so... Nobody gainsays Mom and Mama.
Would ever hear the end of it if we tried.
Well, you probably would right or maybe a day before the funeral.
Touche.
Case in point. Rylan. Mom is the one who created a spell that is 9th tier and put it into a scroll for us to use against a dragon.
I heard about this one. You probably haven't heard of this one. The spell is called Prismatic Wall. Make me an Arcana check, Rylan. Just to see.
I am cackling on the inside right now.
Oh, just wait. It actually gets better than that. You do, in fact, know what the prismatic wall spell is. You never thought you might ever get to a point where you could cast it, but you've heard of it.
She
Well,
knows.
she does, but she altered it, you see. You know how it's supposed to be a dome with the shiny side out?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she made it as a dome with the shiny side in.
She made it she basically did it like that resilient sphere spell where it puts something in the ball, and if something is in the ball, it's not coming out. In this case, it might come out, but it's going to come out in a way that hurts a lot.
Oh.
She made it a ball of pain, and we put a dragon in it.
Well, more of a bowl than a ball. She calls it prismatic bowl now.
Yeah, and we put a dragon in the bowl. The dragon did not like being in the bowl.
From what I heard, the dragon did not survive being in the bowl.
The dragon did not survive being in the bowl.
Mostly because they were coming in and poking at him. Her. The entire
Anytime
time.
they tried to escape the bowl, the spell did what it does, which is take all of that attempted hitting of it and make it hurt.
Also, because the shiny bit was on the inside, it was pretty much blind through the whole thing. It's tricky to blind a dragon.
Very.
But you shine enough light in its face. Oh no. Sorry, one person did get hurt because it came from beneath and munched on Clarity a bit.
Yeah. Things were a little dicey right up until the bowl happened. Because dragon.
Okay,
Glad
then.
we got through it.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that we don't really have the materials and things to make another one of those scrolls right now.
That, yeah. The amount of effort she had to put in just for that one.
It might get easier if and when you save the world and Mom can do another lecture at the various academies.
Yeah. Who knows what she'll develop as a result of that.
Well, mostly she just needs to tell them that the spell exists.
You know, we met somebody while we were over in Egraf trying to figure some stuff out that I would say if they ever worked with Mom, that would create something absolutely ridiculous. They're a professor, I think last name Professor August was what they were called.
Oh yeah, Mom mentioned her once. Something about her and a couple of her friends and a metal lady sitting in on another one of her abjuration classes, because out of them, two of them were not very good at abjuration. The elf just wanted as many tips as possible, and the metal lady was a accessibility aid.
I'm trying to remember if we
met Steel.
We met her, the metal one, very directly.
Cool.
Accessibility is correct, and also just funny now because of the way the Professor August and the forged one kept interacting.
Looks at Ryland. Does the forged one have a name? We keep skipping it.
Steel.
Steel.
What's her name?
That's what it was.
Not very inventive, but on the nose.
Yeah.
Did she have a nose?
Think so?
Yeah, out of character. Perfectly human looking, just blued steel.
It looked like human, but as like shaped completely out of blue steel.
Neat.
Joints and all the places. Like I'm not like if you probably looked. You like maybe doll joints, but I don't know, and I did not want to risk asking to look because no, that's someone else. That's privacy matters.
I should ask Clarity. Clarity would have noticed. I should tell
Yeah.
Oscar. Oscar would be really interested.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's the story we're definitely sharing. In fact, might be best if you were the one who shared it, since it's your idea to do so.
Oh, probably. I figure that with everything that's going on, and that there's probably going to be mood from Mom and Mama, we're going to end up having one of the debriefing sleepovers. Out of character. Yes, Hazel knows this one. This is the mom units are upset. We're going to gather in one of the rooms with all the snacks we could purloin, which you got to imagine has been getting a whole hell of a lot better since you got Evan, because Evan is the sneakiest little so-and-so. And see if they can figure out why.
Oh boy, that's going to be an interesting evening.
Crafty little guys.
We've had a few of those since you started coming in with Adventurer Friends.
And I take it Evan has made the snack availability higher.
Kind of, but he doesn't have a whole lot of carrying capacity.
Yeah, he is still tiny.
The one who really manages it particularly well is Candor.
That's
Oh.
interesting.
I think it's mostly because he's the quietest of them, and if he does happen to get caught, he just kind of did the "I'm trying to fit in," which is probably true because he doesn't tend to prevaricate, but because he's not usually very social, they like encouraging the social, so he gets away with more cookies.
I owe him something for that. I owe him something. I don't know what yet because candor, but I owe him a favor.
You can tell Clarity that he liked the manticore skeleton thing. I think he likes puzzles, so maybe you maybe you and Clarity could get together and do more puzzles, because I know Clarity likes to treat him well, especially since the Henry thing, and you letting Clarity know what Candor likes, because he's candid about everything but that. That would be favor enough.
Exactly what we're gonna do. Yes.
I should probably check in on the conversation with Mom and Mama. If there was going to be yelling, we would have heard it by now. And I should tell them I'm okay with it.
Alright.
You guys probably want to reach minimum safe distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
I'm gonna offer a fist bump. Good luck, okay?
I think they decided.
You got this.
I think they decided to open the magic house.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about games.
Let's go see what these look like. Come on, Rylan.
Oh, this
Yoink.
gotta be fun.
But you grab him, and Skylar is no.
Just gonna let go.
You let them go at their own pace. Thank you. Pat, 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 pat. Teeny tiny paladin for great justice.
So I say, do not mess with Skylar.
She's learning from some of the best, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
This is
and it's
true.
also just one more reminder for Hazel over here. Elf is a case-by-case basis. Do not forget that.
So yes, you guys end up in the surreal estate, somewhere in the middle of. You head for the game room, and there's laughter and chatter and occasional mutters of "What the fuck is this?" And when you walk in, Rube Goldberg machine covering a full half of the room.
So that's what was in that box.
Oh, hey, Hazel.
I partly opened it once and just saw gears and thought egg wrap and then closed it.
But we've also got pencils and windy bits and dominoes
Marbles
and
from
Yes,
Evan.
and the
Lots and
marbles.
lots of marbles. I put in the
Yes.
marbles.
So has it gone off yet?
No, we've got about 5 more riddles left. They won't let me do the picture game anymore.
No.
Just look at you.
Points at a blob that is either a Michigan or a penguin. You're not entirely sure. Who looks at the confusion on your faces? It's a cat.
Oh.
Tilt.
No. No.
It's like almost all the way upside down.
Still not helping.
Please do not snap your neck.
I know my limits. I'm not an owl. Yeah.
Mellas. Owls do it the other way anyway.
Exactly.
Says that was last your neck, then pretty much all of your spine.
So, what is this building towards exactly?
Well,
Something.
we've got a few more moves, and we'll have put it all together by then, and we don't know what it'll do, but it'll look really cool. I wish Uncle Darvin was here. He'd think this was really neat.
Oh, he would, yeah.
He might even get stuck in it.
Don't worry, I'm sure
He probably would
we'll
get
have a
stuck in
chance-
it.
probably.
I'm sure we'll have a chance for him to play it with you as well.
Oscar is. That only happened to me twice. Candor, who's mostly been watching this, is okay. So, what was talk with the baby paladin?
I mean, I think it went pretty well.
I asked what, not how, but okay.
Yeah, there's a difference there, Rylan, and I think it's your show this time.
The short version is Tiny Paladin is maybe gonna get to actually do a Tiny Paladin thwacking.
Verbal.
Yeah, because when it said that,
What kind of stuff?
everybody in the room at Smacking was just partly, ooh, I want in on this, but about half of them are, we are going to be rear guard, you understand this, right? Kind of.
Verbally yelling at somebody who has been on our tail for some time but could probably use some words from a paladin of Bahamut right about now.
Ramal suggests, I'm gonna hide in a tree with a bow. You know that, right? Candor is likewise.
We know.
Yeah.
We know.
So find
That-
some
that-
place
that-
with
that-
so find some
Don't
place
worry.
with trees.
Don't worry, we're all planning on keeping a very careful eye on this.
Oh, if
Yeah,
if Mom and Mama let this happen at all, they're
If they
gonna
do,
have
yeah.
their own thing.
Oh,
But
I know.
Yes, they will.
Mhm.
that doesn't mean we're not still gonna. She's our little sister.
Oh, that's entirely
You
fine.
know.
Yeah, they're supposed to be allowed to help, so they're allowed to help.
Sana is, if it helps, I'm probably not going to help because I am a non-combatant and I am working on her surcoat anyway. My dragons are getting a lot better. And when I get it perfect, she will have a Bahamut surcoat.
We still love it.
I'm trying to build her a holy symbol. That's why I need more materials.
No.
Evan is sulking again. I'd help from the trees, but Mom and Mama won't let me have little daggers. Hugs from above with knives!
Someday you will get your hugs from above with knives. I have good feeling.
Probably, but I want to be able to do it if he tries to hurt my big sister. Knives!
We'll let that continue.
I don't think butter knives would work.
That is accurate. They wouldn't work.
Well, they might if I was heavier.
Oh, the one day.
Anything
people-
can be pierced with sufficient force.
Well,
Oh,
I know
boy.
dragons that hide wood, but a nice work? Probably not.
Well, to be fair, this kid doesn't know he's talking about a dragon board,
No, true.
but you do know that butter knives do have something of an edge. Maybe if he was a whole hell of a lot heavier, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, if you had a Goliath's weight, maybe. Maybe.
Don't give him ideas.
wonder if
Or an
Mom,
actual giant.
bet Mom knows a spell to make me bigger.
God.
Sure, I'm just gonna move over to Clarity and lean.
He was just face palming.
Because Skylar said Candor liked the Chimera puzzle, right?
Yes,
Gonna lean and whisper, "Hey, babe,
Manticore. Actually, it was Manticore.
Candor liked the Manticore puzzle, like
Oh,
loads.
good. Oh, yay. I'll have to get him
He
some
also
more.
has gotten rather uniquely sneaky.
I approve.
Grin. We definitely need to provide more of those puzzles.
Evan is currently. Evan is currently, for those who are still listening, lamenting not having the right kind of string for a garrote.
Oh, boy.
Oh my god!
How old is he again?
There I go again.
How old is he again?
3.
Oh, Lord.
Too young to know what a garrote is.
3-year-old.
Okay.
Wire.
To be fair, it's only Clarity and Hazel among you who know this, but this kid's mother was Undercity Rogue.
Yeah.
Oh.
Assassin
But a straight up
rogue.
assassin.
That explains
Yeah,
a
so
lot.
you guys are you guys are looking at this kid who is talking with all due knowledgeability about garrotes, and it's only Hazel and Clarity who don't look surprised. And the rest of the kids, honestly.
Oh yeah, that tracks.
Yep.
What the hell do you mean that tracks?
No, I don't
Mom
want
was an undercity assassin.
Huh.
I guess that makes sense.
it.
She was pretty badass.
Still pretty scary, like, but
Nobody would ever see her coming, and then suddenly, how did that guy sprout that many knives? Those don't look comfortable.
You guys will probably remember her big badass moment was turning up on top of a dire wolf and sticking both her daggers in its eyes.
In case in point, at least one moment involved us blinking, and then she's standing on top of a dire wolf, and the knives are in its eyeballs. As I said, many places that they just suddenly sprout knives, and oh no, those don't look fun to have in your insides.
Also Undercity, so you know, you got to be tough and rough around the edges.
Literally no one ever saw her coming, and I don't think anyone sees Evan coming either.
Despite the very bright red hair, apparently. But yeah, you guys tune back in just around they don't have the right kinds of mushrooms in the country, and no one will tell me what makes good contact poisons out here. It's not like I'm gonna use them on anybody who doesn't deserve it.
We know. We know.
Yeah, I think we and Mom and Mama do in fact know. We're waiting a bit. We
But
need
we're
more
gonna-
practice.
We're gonna have a dragon man who's not nice like Proseth. And it needs to be somebody small
We're
and
gonna take
sneaky.
precautions for this one.
Yeah, and I want to be the precautions. Mom said I am a cautionary tale. Or maybe that was her. I don't remember.
I mean, if we manage to plan it the way we hope, there shouldn't be any need for fighting. Or
Better to have it and not need it than the other way around.
very true.
I mean, not wrong, but in this case, I think if you want to be part of the precautions, be part of the warning system? Do you notice him getting twitchy? Because in order to know how to sneak up on someone, you're probably really good at observing, right?
Kinda, yeah, but being the precaution warning system thing. Just trying to tell you without telling him. I guess if I noticed him doing something he shouldn't be doing, I could land on his head and that would let you know that he was doing bad and distract him so that you could stick him with something.
I mean, love the enthusiasm. I don't know if we want you to risk yourself quite that much, but something like that.
I can borrow a paring knife. If you didn't see me do it, I didn't do it.
Well, we've already said we'd rather you not risk yourself quite so much, but,
I was gonna talk to a nasty man. I'm not that much younger. It's just 'cause I'm gnome. Pooh.
you'll do your part and you'll do your part well, okay?
Michigan just kind of pounce on Evan. Because, of course, they're not that different in size, really, all things considered. So, nah!
It's okay. It's all right.
I know, I just don't like being knocked over. Hugs from above. Thump. Preds perks up again. Snugs from above.
Welcome to Michigan.
You make it sound like a place.
Proximity to Michigan is a place.
Candor, proximity to Michigan is a health hazard.
Head empty, Omen Griffin.
At which point, Cherie pokes her head in. Ah, I see. You found that particular game in this room, then. Right. Little ones, I have been told that it is approaching the bed hour, and everyone should be aiming for the bathing pond right about now. Aww. I promise we will not touch this, and you can finish the game tomorrow. It's just that Twilly and Miranda would like a word with the rest of you.
Yes, that was to be expected.
Oh boy.
We did what we could.
Explode immediately.
Yeah, we did what we could, but as you can imagine, it was not the easiest sell in the world.
Yeah. It was always going to be a tough one.
And of course, then Skylar came in and insisted to her mothers that she very much wanted to do this.
On her own volition, no less.
Well, that didn't surprise anybody, but they're going to want individual assurances from all of you.
That makes sense.
And as leading them out, we'll leave the door. I'm never entirely sure about touching that key if I don't have to, but because it is Alice's after all. But she is currently teaching Twilly a, well, not particularly new to me, but new to them recipe of mocha cheesecake.
Mocha cheesecake. All right.
Artemis, I know that look. You start dripping.
Look, out of character, Barnabas is just a little Homer Simpson. Just a little.
To be fair, he's more that that beardy, foodie guy who's oh, I'm never gonna be a skinny man.
What he doesn't like?
Wait, what was that?
Is there food Barnabas doesn't like?
He hasn't run into it yet. It probably does exist, but he hasn't run into it yet.
Well, when you come into the main house at Hearthhome, not only are they putting two apparently mocha cheesecakes into the refrigerator to set. There's also any of you ever seen a Mississippi mud? That is going into the oven right now. It should not take long to bake. But apparently a lot of chocolate-based baking has happened in this kitchen and is still happening. And so also apparently Alice brought all the chocolate, potentially as a bribe. And also because, they're someplace where they can definitively bake and her wife loves chocolate. So, as the the mud pie. I'm not sure why they call it that, but it's there's a certain similarity, I suppose. Will be out of the oven in about 10 minutes, and the mocha cheesecakes will be firm enough in about an hour. Now, what in the world were you thinking? Sorry, Miranda's. What she's trying to say is, we did hear all the precautions, but how did this even come up as an idea beyond Alice thought it was amusing and happened to mention it in passing?
Going to produce Michigan.
Yay, Bahamut! Delicious? He's not suggesting eating Bahamut, is he? Just so I'm clear.
I don't think that's the logical path going on here.
Ew. Ew. Eat gods, get heartburn.
What just came out of your face? Is that an acknowledgement that you would fight God over a pastry?
Maybe?
No, I think that was more of just, eating a god would cause heartburn. I mean, sounds logical. I don't.
Head empty, more room for omens? Question mark.
And Michigan sort of looks up in the Hazel direction. What kind of pastry? So apparently, it would whether he would fight God for a god for pastry depends on what kind.
Just process. Which ones has he had so far? I'm trying to remember.
To be fair, you don't even know what he had back at where you adopted him from, so.
Yeah, just like.
Also, he's apparently asking if there's a pastry right now he has to fight God for. Probably, because
Green
it's
Boss,
Michigan.
you're not fighting a god for them right now, are you?
Maybe?
I don't even have any of those.
Oh,
No pastry?
We have pastry. Be patient. Delicious soon.
Do I gotta fight a god?
No.
His vocabulary has gotten way better.
Right?
Terrifyingly so.
anyway,
No boom today. Boom tomorrow. It curls up around Hazel's neck. There's always boom tomorrow. The looks on all your faces. Christ.
Kind of ominous coming
know
from
where
him.
to go from there.
tiny bit, just a tiny bit ominous.
All I'll say is, maybe it's metaphorical boom. We are planning to, with appropriate permissions, talk to an individual, so maybe it's metaphorical volatility.
Yeah. And Skylar being Skylar, she might well succeed in bullying him into
Conversion?
compliance.
Is that the word?
Well, for us it probably would be. For any followers of Tiamat, up to including himself and Tiamat herself, I believe the word is apostasy. Possibly heresy.
Annika, did we actually determine what we were trying to do with Arkhan, other than...
Well, basically, get him the fuck off the fence was most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But you figured that somebody who worships the god that directly opposes his might be able to show him a better path, was Alice's half-joking comment on the matter. I'll say is, I'll be honest, I just thought that the idea of truly devoted follower of Bahamut talking to somebody who has by now got to be having a crisis of the faith in Bahamut's direct opposition would be funny and interesting. And then next thing you know, boom, tomorrow over there.
And given the tendency of this one to just spout omens at the drop of a hat,
Wear a hat.
bravely looking around, reaching into bag of holding, pulling out just random object.
To be fair, you
What do I get?
were thinking hat. You have a pom-pom hat.
Pulling that out, just putting and just onto Michigan's head. Hat.
Probably a bit big.
Well, that's the thing. Shakes it off. Drop hat. Treat, please.
I'm gonna pick the thing up. And put it back in the bag.
Treat, please. Dropped hat. He thinks he did a trick. You said at the drop of a hat. He decided to turn that into a request.
Okay.
So dropped
Drop
hat. So he performed.
Expecting a snack, so at this point I'm just pulling another. And this time I'm actually reaching in the bag for Griffin's snack, and into his face it goes. Yes, I know I'm encouraging it. At this point, I'm resigned to this.
Miranda's.
It's happening.
Yes. Given how much more busy the farm is likely to be, remind us that we probably don't really want one or two of those as a pet for around the, at least not crow version. Twilly's ravens are probably worse. And we've got enough problems with Jace as it is. So, alright, you stated that you're going to take every precaution. You have... They asked me to go looking into a gate spell to get him here. Cherie has promised to slap him with a geas just so that he is unable to speak about this location to anyone ever. Except those who actively live here. There are ways to ensure that'll stick. There is the minor issue that he can effectively teleport out whenever he likes. Although hopefully he will be curious enough to stay at least until the geas holds him here. And then there's the potential for Tiamat to be able to find him here. That geas doesn't matter if she looks for him with her ever-godly power, so to speak, and finds here. Now, funnily enough, as my darling wife reminded me, we have a solution for that, and we have that idiot divination wizard you were hanging around with a while ago to thank for that.
Wait, serious? How?
You recall when her whole issue with Bahamut and something else he told her about was likely to put her on Tiamat's radar? And he had that spell that if you kept casting it on her, which we did, rendered her invisible to scrying attempts.
I believe I
Right.
have a spell that.
I remember that.
Yes, I think Barnabas, Ava, Rylan, you weren't there for that. But we still do know the spell. It is abjuration. It is one of my specialties. So that can be done. Probably at around about the same time as the gears.
How long does your spell last?
We have a number of.
Which spell are you talking about, Marion?
Well, it sounds a bit like the non-detection one I've got, but it's probably not.
It's a different one. I think it's a wizard specific, and as I recall, it lasts for the day, and if you keep casting it, it lasts like indefinitely.
Yeah, there's a few that do that.
Yeah, well, Sigwald had the possibly not the lowest version. It's a long time ago. I don't remember the exact name, but he did cast it on Skylar just to make sure she wasn't going to have problems. And Twilly said she would keep doing it. And so she did. So that's that sorted out.
Non-detection, I think, is the one.
It might have been, but no, I think it was another one. It was named after someone.
Because that non-detection is the one I can do, but that doesn't last as long.
Well, out of character, it doesn't really matter. I don't remember the name of it, but I do remember that Sigwald cast it on Skylar and told Twilly exactly what he did. So, check that back that far in my notes. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I know what it's supposed to do. It'll do. So we've got most of that covered. Obviously, this is not going to be something we can do until tomorrow. If for no other reason than Cherie, when we were a little bit upset about the conversation we were having, was probably not the best time to ask, so we didn't. Are you all right? Just tired. We had, as you can probably imagine, something of an adventure. And Hazel, in specific, will see, because apparently some of my rolls are going to be crap today, see something that she will probably has probably never seen before, and will probably never see again. Someone successfully prevaricating to Miranda. Alice A. literally puts a hand over Hazel's face because she doesn't want Miranda seeing that, because that face is an open book. Come on and help me get this thing. Come on and help me get this thing out of the oven.
Yeah, going to make myself briefly scarce.
Well, all you have to do is kind of help with some. I mean, the smell is chocolate, marshmallow, and butter. I imagine Barnabas's ears just twink.
Oh yeah. But he's more trying to see if he can actually give Cherie a hug without people realizing, giving away what she just said.
You're smart. She's just brought. She probably at least helped suggest that. So, kind of possibly sideways hug on the way to where the chocolate is.
There you go.
In the interest of hug, maybe if I sneak over there slowly, they won't notice if I can grab something. Alice say, just flap. I will cut you a piece first.
Yay.
And she brought out the coffee as well, so yeah. Very dense, very rich chocolate and marshmallowy gooey goodness and coffee. So where on the grounds are you going to do this? Honestly, I would prefer it be somewhere where the little ones are not going to see.
I think it'd be best somewhere open, so there won't be any little ones hiding in bushes.
Alice says. Or someplace where we could shut doors and pull curtains and there's locked doors and walls between him and the outside.
That's fair too.
That's way better.
I mean, we've got Fort Cupcake.
Hmm.
That's an option.
Sheree does some various bits of digging through her bag of holding. Various bits of wizardly paraphernalia come out. If we need that much care, these are some of the more non-standard stock-in-trade of wizard scrolls. I know it's not that much, but would it be enough for at least one cast of the prismatic bowl? If they don't use it here, they might be able to elsewhere. Should be. I might have to make a few substitutions with some of the inks and so forth, but it's not as if we haven't had a good crop this year. I'll see what I can do anyway. It's a maybe even with this. Well, either way, keep it. If nothing else, I've been remiss in gifts to hosts. Pities. You know where I'm from. Oh, right, fair enough. Still. You lot, we're not going to be with you for it either. We're going to, well, I'm going to cast the gate and then go away. Because if something happens, we want to be nearest to the kids, just in case.
Entirely fair.
However, if just try to be careful, right?
We will.
I mean, denying
You have
Skylar
our
this
word.
is not something we like to do. Her faith appears to demand it. But there's another good reason for having it indoors. What did you tell the others?
Yeah, I'm
Remember,
just gonna try and convey that to the best of my memory because I'm having a fuzzy moment right now.
it's one word long. Everything.
Basically all of it, everything.
How many of them want to be watching from nearby?
All of them,
Barnabas, Riley,
with a couple exceptions, being sorry, just refresh.
Zana and Oscar, the more crafty.
Zana and Oscar.
Mela didn't say one way or another, but the most vociferous ones were Ramas, surprisingly Candor, and Evan.
Miles Cantner and Evan being the ones that are particularly interested in keeping an eyeball on him. Evan was going on about knives.
And
Miranda's just. Maybe I should at least start him on some poisons theory. Might keep him busy, but all the same, having him indoors means there's not trees for anyone to hide in, and at least us knowing means we can keep Evan busy.
Yep.
Miranda, I will have an eye on the sneaky little so-and-so. You know that. He's going to sulk at you. We will make him extra brownies later. It's bad enough with just the one. More, and I don't particularly like the idea. So yes, make your plans, lay your preparations. We will do the same. And sure he is. If you did need more things, and or if you didn't want to expend the energy on the gate spell, I did have an idea of speaking to a colleague. I'm assuming you know the teleportation circle? Oh yes, I haven't actually cast ours tonight. Wonderful. If you could cast one to Ambier, they'll send me back. But I can pick up a few things that might be of aid. Probably check in on Woofles and Alexei. Alice says, how... I guess it doesn't really matter how long you're thinking of staying. If you... It's going to be a while anyway, and if you don't like the idea of leaving your pets alone, and you can get them through a teleportation circle, you can keep them in the menagerie. I'm sure it'll make room. I'll see what Woofles thinks of it. Because I have felt bad about being away from him for quite this long. I mean, we've had people feeding them, but it's not the same.
no.
And it doesn't do particularly well for a displaced beast to feel neglected. So while I'm heading into Ambier, is there anything anyone needs? Hazel, Keth was talking about recipe books for things to do with pumpkins.
F wanted some idea of what to do with all those pumpkins. So any recipe books or things that could be used with them.
So kitchen wheat tree. And Ambier probably has the seeds for that horseradish you were yammering about. And Twilly's, what horseradish? Hazel, the one for that recipe of hers?
Or a particular recipe that,
Oh, really? That would grow
hang
here
on,
now?
I'm actually going to pull out the book and look for it.
Yeah, it's in there. The substitution is asterisked, but there it is.
This one.
And you can actually pull out the written recipe that Heskin did. Oh, you really think that would actually grow here?
Now? Probably?
Well, I suppose we'll give it a shot anyway. Indeed, I will be back. And Alice says, "Come on, we'll hit the real estate for little bits of planning before we." Twilly is, "Take one of the mocha cheesecakes with you. Thank you."
Thank you.
Barnabas gets another hug before.
Mom and Mama.
Yeah, hugs all around from the mom and the mama, and then off to this real estate. Okay, it sounds like, particularly with Cherie organizing everything, we've got just about everything handled. Clarity, you're probably going to be the one wanting to read the gate spell scroll. Um, I do it, but I'm gonna be on call with a stunning strike if I have to be.
Good idea.
You are our best arcane know-how caster with a punch, the other one being Rylan.
And I want to save my energy in case we need it. And I'm praying we don't,
Well,
but I want to be safe.
honestly,
Kidnapping an enemy general. That's a good plan.
and honestly, if we're having 2 spell scrolls, one of you should be holding on to the prismatic goldfish bowl, and it should be the one who stays ranged as much as possible.
That's a good point.
I was thinking the same.
Which basically means you are the one holding the goldfish bowl of doom.
I'll be point at mine.
Yeah, of course, keep in mind we're going to be inside, and the sitting room isn't that big. I'd stick with melee.
I was debating which one to use here.
And I mean, honestly, Rhea and I are gonna be up front, probably flanking Skylar.
Mm-hmm.
And beyond that, we all do what we do, I guess. It's gonna be a weird one. Which reminds me, I should probably actually flag up, just in case he does some... I may have glossed over exactly his exposing me to the black shit, because, we have these protective things, and he knows that much. Yeah. He held my hand there, and I wanted to make a point, so... You know that thing when you get, molasses on your hand? It tastes gross, by the way.
Ugh.
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 But it was the absolute best way to prove that immune.
Yeah,
that'll get the point across.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. Can't argue with that.
Besides, I did it so you don't have to.
I appreciate that, I'll say. I really do. Ugh.
I mean, it was weird. There was this... You know how something doesn't have a powdery texture, but somehow it has a sharp, powdery taste?
Oh, no. Yes. Yes, I do. Ugh.
Like, sweet and thick and astringent, and it was just entirely wrong. But, yeah, him freaking out about my doing that was probably part of why I managed to hit him in the nose quite so easily. Quite so easily. I
can see that.
But, yeah, in case he brings any of that up, just so that you're aware, so you don't have to look surprised or anything like that. Sorry, I glossed over because I thought that maybe it wouldn't come to any point that I might actually have to go into further explanations, but yeah, that wasn't going to happen. I'm going to have to tell Darwin. To be fair, I'm kind of looking forward to that. The look on his face is going to be priceless.
That is very true.
Another thing is going to be priceless, and we should probably watch out for that tomorrow morning, because obviously it's going to be quite late by the time she gets back. Cherie introducing the kids to Woofles.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's going to be a spectator sport. Ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between.
I mean, they wanted to distract them. There you go.
That's fair enough. Okay, so
Good point.
restful tea of some description, and as she says that, the not quite unseen servants are actually now bustling around the kitchen making relaxing tea. And a relatively early night, because tomorrow's probably going to be a
The
little
day
rough.
day.
And to be fair, today has been a significantly big day. And Barnabas, if you want to wait up until Cherie comes back, you know where the coffee is.
I do, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing.
But the relaxing tea for you both will be there when you want it. I'm pretty sure the staff will see to that. Thanks, by the way. The not quite unseen servants kind of stop because she thanks them every time. And every time they look at her like, what? They're clearly not used to it. But we are at that time, so when we meet up again in 2 weeks' time, introducing the kids to Woofles and Skylar versus Arkhan. I'll see you in 2 weeks.